Happy holidays, everyone. So welcome back and thanks for joining us again for our year-end highlights. And today we're going to tell you about our marvelous months of April, May, and June.
April is a great month because it's your birthday.
Hard to complain about that.
I think we threw in a birthday in there very briefly.
I think I remember some cake.
I know you're at least a year older.
That happens no matter what.
But really, April was spent putting together a wedding. We decided that we should marry off Melissa to her wonderful new husband, Ehsan. They decided that April would be a great month, that they would do it in Kelowna, and that they would have a smaller size wedding at Benville and Heritage Church. So we spent time booking places and looking for bouquets of flowers and decorations. And Melissa did a lot. We managed to put together a wonderful little wedding, lots of family and friends. And we had so many hands helping us pull it together.
Her parents and Byron weren't able to be there, and that was probably the biggest disappointment of the day. But really, aside from that, and that's not a small thing, but aside from that, everything else that didn't go right that day was so small.
It was a beautiful wedding. That was April. So that led us into May, where we started off with Colin's side of the family. We had a mini sibling reunion.
Yeah, it was great to get together with my siblings. It always is. I love my brothers and my sisters, and getting to spend time with all of them together was so much fun.
Later on in May, we decided that we would take a little trip on the long weekend to see Melissa and Ehsan's new home in Calgary, actually in Strathmore, just outside of Calgary. And so we flew to Calgary for the weekend, and so we just spent some time with Ehsan's family and with Melissa and Ehsan, doing some tourist kind of things and also just relaxing. Colin had decided that the end of May would be his last days at Evangel Church after being there for 10 years. And that would give him then time in June to be home more and to leave me able to do my teaching throughout June, report cards and things like that. So yes. June was the month of selling and donating and giving away.
Oh my goodness. But again, in keeping with the theme of the year, things that needed to happen happened. Things that we weren't sure how they were going to work out, worked out. And then at the middle of June, we moved out of our house, and because that was when the new family got possession, but we weren't homeless. We have, because my sister Susan and her husband Ken live in Kelowna, they graciously offered us room in their house to stay, and so we were able to go there, spend the last few weeks in Canada living with them. And then we got to the last week of the month of June, and of course for school teachers, that in Canada is the end of the school year. So for Pam, this was the time for her to say goodbye to her students, and for the first time in 30 years to say goodbye to KCS.
They had an amazing send-off for me. My elementary campus peeps, you are some of my favorite people, and I miss you. And you guys just sent me off with such a bang, and I so appreciated it and pray for you every day and hope that you'll come and visit. They gave me a great send-off, so by Friday I locked the door on KCS and stepped away after 30 years there into what was going to be a new adventure.
And the last thing that we did in June was we boarded a plane.
Got special treatment at the airport. She was able to walk us right up to the plane doors and be the last person to send us off and wave us off the tarmac. And it was a fun adventure. We got to see a little bit of Tokyo. We got to see a little bit of Kuala Lumpur. And then, of course, had the easiest way in through customs I have ever. We were the only people in the customs line. And when One of the DeLatte members picked us up in Penang. He's like, okay, let's go. And I'm like, well, don't we have to clear customs? He goes, no, you did that in Kuala Lumpur.
And here we are.
Tomorrow we'll let you know how life in Penang has gone and tell you more of our story.
Stay tuned. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.